Oh, so today is August the 26th, I believe, and I've been offline for a while. In fact, for about hey, down there 2 months. I just got released last about 3 days ago. Really, I was hospitalized for a stroke, of all things. But that can happen to anyone, and it will happen to quite a few of us. It doesn't matter what kind of occupation we have, but even if you're an artist, artists have strokes too. World travelers and entrepreneurs, we all subject to it. And I guess my turn come around I think it was around the 3rd. Yeah, it was around the 3rd of October, August. Yeah. And so I'm now back in my studio here, and I just took me a couple of days to get things organized. You got to go through that process of getting everything, your paints and things, so you can reach them. Like for my wheelchair, because that's what I'm working from now. I'm trying to focus on my wheelchair here. Actually, well, I'm not gonna try to get there. But anyway, this is the painting I was working on when all of a sudden I felt my right fingers wouldn't cooperate. I was trying to point in one direction, and my fingers, which was holding the brush, wouldn't cooperate. So then I attempted to stand up, and that's when I felt weak on my right side. My fingers, you see they move pretty well now. I can write again, I can write. But yeah, that was a heck of an experience. The stroke hit me on my right foot. It felt like someone put a hot iron between the toes and the foot. And I sit up. I was laying on my back, and I sit up all of a sudden. I said, damn, something's not right, you know. And the next thing, I decided I better dial 911. And I dialed 911, and about 10 minutes or 15 minutes, they was knocking on my door. Next thing I knew, I was in a hospital, you know, courtesy of the Veterans Administration. I'm a vet, where I remained for about, I guess about 9 days, until they could get me stabilized a bit. And for the last 2 weeks, I've been in the rehab over at Brownsville Sympathy Rehabilitation Center there on 34th and Indiana. And they treated me well, they treated me very well. They was very patient. I'm talking about the nurses and the doctors and the rehab people there. And especially, it was magnificent. I mean, I had to get used to eating good food, healthy food, although I eat pretty healthy. Matter of fact, that has a lot to do with my recovery, because I have been practicing a pretty good lifestyle, health-wise, for the last 40 years, probably about 50, really. And so now I'm back in my studio. I finally had to reorganize things, so I could scoot around in my walker and get back to my painting. Because this is the one that I was working on when I felt that stroke coming on. It's Obama. Anyway, this is my dedication for history makers, which he was one, the president, first black African American, president. And so, because that's my thing. My thing is history. And, I decided that that's what I want to do for the rest of my life is, is to paint about our history, not only Afro-American history, but American history. And so I've also, as you probably noticed, most people who visit my website, they'll see some of my books, my memoirs, and some of the little history that I made as an artist, because we all make some dedication, to the history, and so this is mine. Anyway, I'm going to get back to work now. I just wanted to check in and let you guys know, those who hasn't been following me on social media, that I'm back now. So, I don't know. I might have a few more years. Might get 5. I don't know. We never know. All we know is we go to sleep. We don't wake up anymore. So much for that. Take care. Love you all. And peace. Pow. Yeah.